PizzaFLIX presents Classic Movie Monday. Today it's a gripping crime drama from 1936 by Invincible Pictures. After serving a 10-year prison stretch for a federal bank heist, a trio of crooks awaits deportation at Ellis Island. But federal agents and the gang's underworld associates race to get their hands on the unrecovered loot.
Pietro Linelli, and Theodore Kedrick, you have been found guilty of the commission of robbery in the first degree. Have you anything to say before sentence is passed upon you? Very well. By the authority vested in me, I hereby sentence you, each and severally, to 10 years' imprisonment in the federal penitentiary.
Lovely little kiddies, too. Would you like me to take them to the playroom for a little while?
Playroom? Who is it?
Oh, it's a lovely place. They'll have a fine time.
What they do, this place?
Well, they play and sing and draw pictures and have a nice lady take care of them.
So I go too.
No, not you. Only the children. I'll take them there.
Oh, you bring him back?
In an hour or so.
Oh, no. It's the panacettera. Signore, sto bruciando dalla sete, non ne posso più. Ho cercato l'acqua dappertutto, non ne trovo. Mi dica lei, dove posso trovare dell'acqua? Mi faccia il piacere.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right, old man. Absolutely. Hey, kid.
Wait here, children. I've been looking for you all morning.
I just came on duty.
You've got to do something for me, something important.
Okay, but see if you can find out what this fellow's talking about, will you?
Che cosa vuoi sapere?
Gli dicevo che ho una sete che non posso più, ma non capisco che mi dice. Ho cercato l'acqua dappertutto e non ce n'è. Oh, mi dica lei dove c'è dell'acqua, mi faccio.
L'acqua, stai parole.
Grazie infinite.
You want a drink of water? Come on. Here we are now. Go ahead. Play and have a good time. Where's Adele?
She should be here now. She's supposed to relieve me at 10.
Come over here.
right. What's it all about?
About your cousin, Evangeline from Peoria.
Well, I haven't any cousin in Peoria. If I did have, her name wouldn't be Evangeline.
Oh, yes, you have. I met her at the Grand Central last night.
Well, why didn't I meet her?
You were on duty.
Oh.
And while I was showing her the city, just as a favor to you, along came Adele.
And threatened to break off the engagement.
Threatened. She did. You've got to help me square this with Adele. She won't believe a word I say.
Well, what makes you think I can convince her?
Well, she's always believed you before.
All right. What do you want me to say this time?
Well, you wait outside till I give you the heist sign. Then come in, as if you hadn't seen me since yesterday, and thank me for meeting Emily.
Evangeline?
Yes, that's right, Evangeline from Peoria. Adele, good morning, darling. My, you don't know how glad I am to find you here this morning.
Not nearly so glad as I was to find you last night. That blonde creature.
But I explained that, darling.
Oh, go away.
But I told you, Adele, I did it because Gary...
Oh, yes, I suppose Gary drugged you and tied you to her.
But she's his cousin.
Cousin, indeed.
She is his cousin Peoria. From Evangeline, Illinois. Oh, I mean...
Ouch!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was trying to hit one of those flower pots.
Is that all you have to do?
Well, no, of course not. Well, maybe I can do something for you, show you around the island.
Oh, are you the guide?
Well, no, not exactly, but I'd be delighted to show you around.
That's very kind. But if you'll just tell me where the deportees are kept, I'll be
But
very...
the day's shipment is due now. I have to meet the boat and take them in charge. If you'd like to go along.
Thank you. You've had your last chance, Miss Andrews. I'm going to marry Joe Walters tomorrow.
But Adele, you can't do that to me after all the years we've been engaged.
Oh, yes, I can. Unless you prove that blonde vampire's Gary's cousin, I marry Joe Walters the first thing tomorrow morning.
Deportation is 75% of our work now. The go-outers have outnumbered the comer-inners since 1932.
I've always thought of Ellis Island as an entrance to America.
It used to be. Now it's more of an exit.
Are all the people you deport undesirables?
Oh, no, a lot of them leave voluntarily. It's only aliens with prison records, anarchists, and other troublemakers that are forced to go.
Well, hello, Matthew. Hello, Mr. Collins.
Now, look, here comes today's shipment. Will you wait for me?
Well, hello, Curtis.
Collins.
Want to take the roll call with me?
Sure thing.
Better use. That's a him. Take it easy. Remember, we're here just sightseeing.
Rabbit. Here. Slater. Meyer. Here. Palazzi. Here. Hedrick.
Yeah.
Yamasky. Lanelli.
Yeah.
Duval.
Yeah.
Hanson. Moretti.
Yeah.
Corcoran.
Uncle Ted.
Betty. Gee, it's good to see you, kid.
Rapatich. Yeah. All present. Sign here. Well, they're all yours. See you next trip.
Good luck.
You said so little in your letters.
I didn't dare write more. You see, the...
Excuse me. I don't like to break up your visit, but you can't talk to deportees unless you have official permission.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No harm done. You wait right here, and I'll come back and help you get an okay.
Thank you.
All right, come on, everyone.
Ricordereme, io sono Luigi Morelli, tuo amici.
La guardia, sono troppo.
Sei papà, dimmi dove lo venite, faccio uscire di questa isla libertà.
Vabbè, non ha dite. Get away from that man. What do you think you're doing? What did he say to you? Tell me what he said.
Well, I'm sorry. I never thought that was a break of rule. I thought he was a friend of mine.
Come on, break it up.
Let go.
Get out of here, you
Let
two.
go.
It's all right, Gary.
Matthews,
Yes, sir.
take this group down to the deportation building.
Yes, sir.
And Matthews, have Kendrick, Imowski, and Lonelli placed in singles. Don't let them talk to anyone.
Yes, sir. Come along here. Come on.
Curtis, this is Mr. James of the Treasury Department.
Treasury Department?
He's a special investigator.
I'm glad to know you, Curtis. I'm sorry our first meeting was so informal.
Well, if I'd known who you were.
Oh, forget it.
Curtis has charge of the men that you're interested in. Perhaps you better explain to him what it's all about.
Well, it's about $1 million robbery. Perhaps some of these clippings will give you an idea.
Oh, I remember this.
So does the Treasury Department. The money was never found.
You mean there's $1 million in currency someplace and no one knows where?
No one except 3 men who were completed their prison terms this week and are now on the island.
Oh, 3 of those deportees?
That's right. Kedrick, Amersky, and Linelli. The Treasury Department believes the men hid the money, intending to get it when they'd finished their prison terms. For the last 10 years, they've been behind bars under constant watch.
Maybe they tipped off one of their pals.
Possible, but not probable. See, there aren't many people that a crook can trust with $1 million in currency. No, I rather believe they intend to sneak back in the country and recover.
I see.
And, of course, once they're out of the country and deported, well, there's nothing the government can do about it. But I'm here to see that they don't talk to anyone else while it can be prevented.
And try to get them to talk to you.
Yes, to try. I don't expect to have any luck. As a matter of fact, though, I should like to have a private chat with each of the 3 men.
Will you arrange that, Gary?
Right away. You'll come with me.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. Marsky's in here. Lonelli's in 262 and Kedrick in 263.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else I can do?
Not right now. If you have anything else to attend to...
Well, as a matter of fact, there is someone waiting for me.
I'll see you later.
Right.
Oh, hello. I thought you'd forgotten me.
Exactly who are you, anyhow?
What do you mean?
What's your connection with Kedrick?
Are you asking that as an official or for your personal information?
What's your connection with Kedrick?
You know who he is.
I do. Are you going to talk to me, or must I turn you over to the authorities?
Nothing to hide. Turn me over to the authorities if you wish.
I don't wish to. But I've left myself wide open for trouble by not reporting that you talked to him.
Why didn't you report it?
Look here, I'll ask the questions. You give the answers.
All right. What do you want to know?
Your name, what you're doing here, what you said to Kedrick, what he said to you.
My name's Betty Parker. I have a perfectly respectable job in a wholesale plumbing supply house in the Bronx. Ted Kedrick's my uncle. He raised me after my parents were killed. I came here to say goodbye to him and wish him luck. I know nothing about the robbery except what I've heard and read in the newspapers. I've no information about the missing money and don't want any. Furthermore, I've absolutely no desire to be dragged into the mess. Is that explanation satisfactory?
It is. Shall we go to the commissioner's office?
So he can question me, too?
So that I can help you get official permission to visit your uncle.
Hello, Kedrick.
Who are you? Oh, a T-man.
That's what the big shots think. Look here.
Who's that?
Man I took it from. The real Peter James.
Hey, what kind of a gag is this?
Which would you rather have, Kedrick? Half that hidden million or none of it?
I don't know nothing about no $1 million.
That's strange. Linelli and Marsky do. They're ready to double put them.
Think up another gag, fella.
I'm chance coming here. I want $500,000 for my trouble. I've already talked to the other 2. Marsky offered me $100,000 to get him off the island. And Linelli wanted to cut me in for a quarter of the dough. Now, if you split 50-50, I'll play with you.
Go on back to Washington and tell your boss I didn't tumble. And take this with you.
You're a chump, Kedrick. You've got everything to win, nothing to lose.
How do you figure that?
Suppose you pass me up. You've only got a long shot chance then of sneaking back into the States and collecting a third of the dough. That is, if they don't double-cross you. Of course, you know Linelli better than I do. He'd double-cross his own mother for that kind of dough. Now, suppose I told you the truth. That I'm not a T-man. Then you'll get $500,000, sure, instead of $350,000, maybe.
Yeah, providing you don't double-cross me.
Well, we'll play the game your way. Show me where the money's hidden, do anything you want to be sure I don't double-cross you. Is it a deal?
How can you get me out of here?
You forget. I'm a T-man. It's a cinch.
How?
50-50?
50-50.
Commissioner busy?
Yes, he has the men in with him now.
Oh, well, we'll wait.
We have as much right to see him as anybody.
The Marquis allowed no visitors, except immediate relatives.
You government monkeys give me a pain. Pin badge on your chest and you start acting like you were Uncle Sam himself. I'm a taxpayer and a citizen. You can't put any of that stuff on me.
Get off this island. Get off on the next boat or I'll run you all in. Can't treat us like this and get away with it.
I'm going to burn a few wires to Washington tonight, and you'll see what happens to you and your two big jobs.
Can I be of any assistance, Commissioner?
What?
Thanks, Gary. Is there something you wanted?
Mm-hmm. Commissioner Carson, Miss Parker.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Miss Parker would like permission to visit Kedrick.
Kedrick?
She happens to be his niece.
Oh, I see. Well, I have no objection to your seeing Kedrick, but just now he's being questioned by a man from the Treasury Department. If you don't mind waiting...
Well, I'm afraid I can't. You see, I have to get back to work.
Well, I'm very sorry. Perhaps you can come back this evening.
Why, yes.
8 o'clock? I'll have a special permit waiting for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Almost time for the ferry to leave.
Well, let's get going then.
Not yet. We want to get there just in time to make a jump for it.
My, that's a lovely cow, Manuel. She is no cow. She is a bull.
Look, Adele. Gary will be here any minute now. He'll explain.
Then what are you taking up my time for?
You'll listen to Gary when he comes?
I'll listen if he comes.
I'll have him here in 5 minutes.
Give me that boat ticket of yours.
You want I should stick around and watch you for the bird?
Nah, he'll sleep for a week. Come along now. Keep your head down.
Hey, how am I going to get off of this island? I got to know thick.
You figure that out.
You're a fine kind of a pal, leaving me stranded with Adele.
I didn't know they came like that.
They don't. She's 1 in a million.
1 in 10 million.
You bet she is. That's why you've got to square me with her.
Square who with what?
Square me with Adele, of course. Who do you think I've been talking about all this time?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Have you lost your mind?
No, not my mind, Kip. Not my mind.
Well, I'm losing mine. So please, dear regular, come tell Adele all about Evangeline, Peoria, and everything.
All right, let's get it over. Now, wait a minute.
What now?
Well, if I go in with you like this, she'll know that you told me what to say, won't she? Wouldn't it be better if I just sort of happened along?
That's right, it would. I'll go in and tell her I couldn't find you.
And 5 minutes later, I'll stroll past the window.
And I'll call you in.
Right, get going.
Okay, but don't pull that vanishing act again.
No, I won't.
Remember, 5 minutes.
Curtis.
Hmm?
You're wanted at the commissioner's office.
Oh, I'll be there in a minute.
He wants you immediately.
Oh.
You'll be sorry you made these unjust accusations just as soon as Gary shows up.
Yes, Captain, I've had a search of the island. Started already, yes? Let me know if you catch him on shore.
What happened to him?
He was bringing Kedrick here. One of the men found him in the janitor's closet, knocked out. And Kedrick's disappeared.
Hey, Curtis, I understand there's a girl here on the island who claims she's Kedrick's niece.
Well, she is his niece.
Sure? And the men who slugged me are his grandchildren. Get that girl and bring her here.
Well, I can't. She's ashore by now.
Whole thing's pretty apparent. She worked with the gang to effect Kedrick's escape.
Oh, no, you're mistaken, Mr. James. She had no part in it.
She kept you occupied, didn't she? You're in charge of the deportees. I'm going to get ashore right away. Can you get me a boat?
Mason, take Mr. James from my launch.
Chief, I want the rest of the day off.
What for? Find Kedrick, $1 million, or keep that girl out of trouble?
All three. Particularly to prove to myself whether the girl's on the level or not.
All right, go ahead and good luck. No word from the men looking for Kedrick?
Not yet, sir.
Commissioner.
Yes, Andrews?
I've looked everywhere for him. I can't find him anywhere. Do you know where he is?
No, I don't.
But Adele's waiting for him.
Oh, you're looking for Gary.
Yes, of course. You see, I told Adele the girl I was with was Gary's cousin, Evangeline, from Peoria. And
Commissioner Carson?
Yes.
Peter James of the Treasury Department.
You are?
Yes?
I don't want to interrupt, Commissioner,
But the man who was here this morning.
This officer told me about that imposter.
Imposter?
Held me up last night, took my credentials, and left me tied up.
if you please, Commissioner.
Now, you tell me everything you know about this affair.
Well, the man showed up here this morning.
Commissioner.
I haven't timed off you, Andrews. The man's credentials seem to be in perfect order, so
I just wanted to know where.
You want to know where what?
Where Gary went. You see, he's got to tell Adele that his cousin Evangeline from Peoria
He's
was...
gone ashore. I gave him leave. Now get out. As the deportees were being taken... Well?
May I have leave to follow, Gary?
You may have leave forever.
Thanks.
So I told cousin Evangeline... I mean Peoria... I don't know what I mean. I'm very sorry. The man showed up here, the proper credentials. So I accept...
Come in.
You're a fine kind of a pal, leaving me stranded just when I needed you worst.
Well, for the love of... Who died?
Nobody died.
Well, why the Fred Astaire costume?
It's my bridal gown. I wore it so that I can get married just as soon as you square me with Adele.
Did she okay that idea?
She did. She said, I'll marry you just as soon as Gary proves to me that girl is really his cousin. Otherwise, I'll marry Joe Walters the first thing in the morning. So come on, I got a car waiting downstairs.
Car?
Yes, I borrowed Jerry. Oh, you wouldn't need that stuff.
Oh, yes, I will. You're going to help me find a plumbing shop in the Bronx.
What plumbing shop?
The one where Betty works.
What's the address?
All I know is that it's in the Bronx. We have to look around a little.
Oh, but
Come
we
on.
haven't time to go up there. Adele is waiting for me. Listen, but Adele is waiting for me down there. What's your fruit?
I told you. Benelli took the money. I don't know where he hid it.
We know better than that. Now, come clean.
But I told you.
You clumsy fool, you've knocked him out again.
I hardly touched him. You suppose he could be telling the truth? He's taking an awful shellacking.
I'd take an awful shellacking myself for $1 million.
I know a couple of ways we ain't tried yet that'll make anybody talk.
We'll save that for later. I've got a better idea. You keep your eye on the $1 million baby. Come on, boys.
Hello, son.
Hello yourself.
Want to make a quarter?
Let me see it.
Ah.
What do I have to do?
Well, look. You take this.
Yeah?
Go over to that door. Now, be very careful.
Go on, get out of here.
Who's gonna make?
Graham.
Pardon me? How do you feel, pal?
Where did you come from?
My mother always claimed the Stark brought me. Where do we go?
You can drop me off any place.
Quit kidding. Where's the money hidden?
I don't know nothing about no money.
Hey, wait a minute. We had a deal. You said if I got you off the island...
Yeah, but you didn't. Those other fellas did.
Why, you double-crossing... I'll turn you over to the police.
Go right ahead. I'll turn you over same time.
Oh, I see. Smarter man than I thought you were.
Yeah.
Oh, have one?
Sure. I haven't had anything as good as that since 1925.
Then you've got 11 years drinking to do in the next half hour. Hop to it.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
Whatever made you come here?
You? And did I have a tough time finding you?
Well, why didn't you wait till 8 o'clock? I'd have been on the island by then.
And in jail by 8:30.
What do you mean?
Have you heard anything from your uncle?
No.
Now, you don't have to pretend with me. On the level. Hasn't he tried to get in touch with you?
Well, what makes you think he might have?
Well, the fact is he's been missing since morning. A couple of gangsters sprung him.
You mean do it and...
Oh, so you recognize those men. I tried to give you a break.
If you think I was working with them, you're mistaken.
Why didn't you tell me who they were?
I didn't dare.
Well, you may not know it, but you're on the edge of being in a jam. The Treasury Department any minute to measure you for handcuffs.
But I had nothing to do with Uncle Ted escaping. Honestly, I didn't.
Well, how did you happen to know dudes?
They went to Sunday school together.
Kip, shut up.
He came to me not long ago. He learned that Uncle Ted was about to get out of the penitentiary. He thought he'd tell me where the money was hidden. He said that if I found out and didn't tell him, I'd be taken for a ride.
And?
Well, I told him the truth, just as I told you. I know nothing about the money and don't want to. But he didn't believe me. When I saw him today on the island, I didn't dare speak.
Oh, I can't say as I blame you for that.
I've been worried all day, afraid of what he might do.
In that case, I better see you home, if you don't mind.
If you will, please.
Oh, he can't take you home. He's got to go with me.
I'll go with you later. Ready?
Yes. Here we are.
Yes, aren't we?
Sorry, we can't stick around. It's nice to have met you. Goodbye.
You'll let me know as soon as Uncle Ted is found.
Certainly. Say, aren't you hungry? I'm starving.
Well,
I thought you were. Go wash your face and I'll take you to dinner.
Oh, no, you won't. Please don't take him up on it.
I won't.
Will you keep your nose out of my business?
Not that you square me with Adele.
Nibble on a sandwich and I'll come back later and buy you a real meal.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. For Pete's sake, what now?
You said you had no idea where he was.
I didn't know he was here. Honestly, I didn't.
I believe you. She wouldn't have screamed.
No, of course not.
Is he?
Well, he's soused. Lucky guy. He'll sober up before we get back. Come on.
Hedrick, come snap out of it.
Let him go away. Let him alone.
Get some cold water.
Hedrick, wake up, I tell you.
Oh, let him alone. He's happy. Come on, we've
Close the door. Is this your furniture or does it come with the apartment?
I rent the place furnished.
Swell.
Look out now.
Hedrick, open your eyes.
Let me alone. I don't know nothing about it.
See, he don't know nothing about it. Come on, I got...
Keep still. You don't know nothing about what?
Lynelli took it. I don't know nothing about it.
Ted, don't you know me, Betty?
Huh?
I'm your niece, Betty.
Oh, Betty. Dear little... I gotta tell Betty. Dear little, sweet little Betty.
What is it you have to tell me?
It's a... I can't remember.
We'd better fill a tub full of ice water.
You must remember what it is you have to tell me.
Oh, for Pete's sake, tell her so we can get out of here.
Gotta tell her about Dan. Gotta tell her about Dan Calimo. I gotta get her with Dan Calimo. No.
Pleasant dreams, buddy.
Dan Calimo. You know anyone by that name?
No, I don't.
Look, you're not the kind of a girl that would leave your only uncle helpless like this, are you?
Why, I wouldn't think of it.
Oh, I knew you would. So why can't we let her here till we go to Adele?
Oh, keep still. I'm trying to figure something out.
But there's no reason why she can't stay here till he sobers up. He can't walk until he sobers up, and we'll be back in less than an hour. What in the world are you looking for?
Bottle.
Why didn't you say that you wanted a drink? I'll buy you a gallon just as soon as you can...
Shut up, will you? Someone must have carried him here. If he consumed that much liquor on the premises, we'd be sure to find a bottle.
Well, maybe he threw it out the window.
Window.
What difference does it make where he got drunk? I wish you'd stop acting so mysterious and remember what you're doing to my future. Well, I'll be darned if it isn't a...
You're right. It's about time we got going. We'll be back in about an hour or so, Miss Parker. All right, I'll turn it on for you.
Hey, this is the way out.
We're not going out.
But you said...
Come on and be quiet.
I don't see any sense in... Well, what are you doing now?
Ready?
Ready for what?
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Get off of me!
Boy,
it's you.
Well, do you mind telling me the reason for this invasion?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought the microphone was...
Oh, you found it?
You brought Kedrick to the apartment downstairs?
Certainly. Now you two have probably spoiled everything.
Who spoiled what? Say, who is this fella anyhow?
Oh, they're Kip Andrews of the island. This is Mr. James of the Treasury Department.
How do you do?
James, Peter James?
That's right. Have we met before?
I've heard that name before, Peter James of the Treasury Department. But for the life of me, I can't place your face. Now, let me see. Just where could that have been?
Do you mind telling me how you found Kedrick?
Well, that's a long story.
Well, let's have it.
Oh, be reasonable, Gary. We haven't time to listen to a long story. I told Adele.
Don't mind him. Go ahead.
Well, you see, I recognized the men that slugged me this morning, so I went looking for them.
See, that explained it. Let's go.
You found them?
Yes, I knew some of Jude's hideouts, and so I started investigating them. Finally, I spotted his car near an old warehouse.
Hey, dude. Yeah? This is where that dame lives, ain't it? It is. Well, what do we want her for? We have Kedrick, haven't we?
Or maybe he'll talk better to keep her from getting the same medicine.
No, why didn't I think of that?
So I poured a lot of good whiskey into him, figuring if I got him drunk enough, he'd talk.
Did he?
He did, but all he'd say was, "I won't tell nobody but Betty." I managed to get her address from him. I picked up the listener and brought him here.
Thinking he'd talk to her and you get an earful over the microphone.
That's right. And if you hadn't tipped him off, I'd probably have learned something.
Not for another 2 days you wouldn't have. Uncie's passed out again.
Well, we have got one lead, Dan Kalimo, whoever he is.
That's right. Suppose you stay here in case he wakes up.
He won't. I was like that once, and I didn't come
I'll
through.
try the Kalimo lead. And if you learn anything further, you phone me at that number.
But, Mr. James, we can't wait here. We have some very important business to attend.
Get Kedrick. I'll bring the girl.
Gary, wait for me.
Go with me. Go.
Give it a push. Now push back. Give it a... Go ahead. It's no use, Gary. We've lost it. You might just as well call it quits and come with me to...
If you say Adele once more, I'll sock you.
But there's nothing you can do now. They'll use the girl to make Kedrick talk, find out where the money's hidden,
And we'll be there first.
We'll be where?
Wherever Dan Kalimo says $1 million is hidden.
What makes you think he'll talk to you?
I'll stop by my place and get a gun.
Well, this is a nice night for a ride. If anybody likes to ride.
Keaton, Kecky, Keddy, Kiefer. Not here. I'll take a look at the birth records.
Yeah, I am going to bring him to you just as soon as he finishes what he's doing. Oh, I know. But as the truth honest it is, he can't be much longer now. He's waded through the city directory, the tax list, the census reports, the registered voters, the marriage license, and the pension file. Oh, no, honey, please don't go to bed, honey. Adele, I'll bring him to you just as soon as I can. Adele. Oh, fiddlesticks.
No Kalimo here. I'm afraid it's a wild goose chase, Mr. Curtis.
That's just what I've been trying to tell him. I don't believe there ever was a man named Dan Kalimo. The name is probably an alias.
An alias? Now, there's an idea.
Possibly an alias for Kedrick or the other two men.
So you give me their names, and I'll phone the Department of Justice, and maybe they can give us some information.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now, what is it?
Look at that. Look who it was. Kedrick Imarsky Lanelli. K-I-L-E-M-O. Kalimo.
Look, you can get Dan out the same way. D-A-N.
That's a funny one. They must have made up the name.
I don't believe there ever was a person with that name.
But Kedrick said he wanted to get Betty to the man. Wait a minute. I've got an idea. Do you have the obituary records for 1926?
Oh, yes, I have them.
Let's have a look at them.
All right. Here it is. Dan Kalimo.
What does it say about him?
Cause of death over intoxication. Body identified by nearest relative Anton Imarsky.
Imarsky.
Internment at Rosedale Cemetery.
Where's that?
Little place over in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Here, telephone James and tell him. Rosedale Cemetery, New Jersey.
Okay.
Thanks ever so much for your help.
Perfectly welcome.
Hey, Larry, wait a minute. Wait for me. You go up to Jersey. Right there, will you? There on the phone there. I don't see where this is going to get you anyplace. How are you going to ask questions of a guy that's been dead 10 years?
Well, you wait here.
Wait, nothing. I'm going with you. Heaven knows what'll happen if I'm not there.
Charles Gilhooly.
What are we going to do when we find this mug? Sit on a tombstone and hold a seance with him?
Patience Olson. Here's one with a verse on it. William Wilkinson. The maid he loved, another married. A fortnight later, he was buried.
Make a mental note of that. And if Adele marries Joe Walters, you can use that on my tombstone.
What was that?
What was what?
Listen.
This is it. Come on, get out of there, you. Careful, huh? That's it. All right. Nails, you stay here with the truck.
I'd better go along with you guys. Let Turkey look out.
I said you know. Now go on, get over there.
All right.
Where is it, Kedrick?
Right over there.
I told you we shouldn't have come here.
Ah, here we are. Go to work, Moxie. Come on, Kedrick. Tie him up.
What are you going to do now? Sit tight and wait. Wait for what? Peter James. bring a mess of team in with him? I hope so. I wish I could remember where it was I heard that name before.
You don't need her anymore. Why don't you let her go? Well, maybe I will as soon as I'm sure you told me the truth. But I have. I swear I have. Well, that's fine, because if you haven't, you can guess what happens to her. Come on, step on it. Come on, hurry up. We haven't too much time, you know.
You? What are you trying to do, scare a guy to death? That ain't funny.
Where's the rope?
In there. Did you find anything?
Sure, 5 ghosts and 10 skeletons.
Oh, you hadn't ought to kid about things like that, dude. It's bad luck.
What's that behind you?
Where? Smart guy, huh? No respect for the dead. Come on, sir. Come on, now, dare you. Oh. Thought I was scared, didn't you?
Nearer, nearer it came, and then its bony fingers clutched my throat, and its sunken eyes glared at me, and its laugh mocked me, and I heard it say, "You'll be next. You'll be next."
Gary, I just remembered. Remembered what? About James. He isn't James.
What?
He isn't a team man. He's a phony, a crook. You sure? Positive. I saw the real James in Carson's office. The one we met is a crook after the $1 million.
Oh, I see.
What are we going to do? You sit tight.
Get him up! Up! Come on, get over there.
Gary!
Who's this guy? That smart punk from the island. Tie him up, too. Why aren't you with the truck?
Oh, I got the willies out there all by myself.
Go on, get back there. It'll soon be daylight.
All right.
someone around here.
Ah, that's Nails. This joint's got him talking to himself.
You better have a look around, dude.
Hey, dude. Yeah? We've reached it. You have? Yeah, look at here.
Well, keep at it. I'll get Nails for help with the lifting.
All set, dude.
All right, let's get it out. Give him a hand.
Get that door.
Look at that.
$1 million. Oh. Come on, we've got to get this to the truck.
Hey, what about these three?
We'll come back and take care of them.
Untie Kedrick.
Come on, Nails. They're gone. Moxie, search!
What's the matter?
They're loose. We've got to find them. Spread out and start looking for them.
Get your head down.
there, Curtis. I'm glad you followed me. I'm going to need that car of yours. One of the bullets got that tire.
You can't have it.
Well, then I commandeer it in the name of the Treasury Department.
Sorry, that bluff won't work.
Bluff?
You're no treasury man, and I know it.
Oh. Well, then, will you sell me the car? I'll give you $500,000 for it.
Nothing doing.
Put your hands up. Get back there. Go on, get back there. All of you put them up. What kind of chicken-stealing ring is this, huh?
Well, you got us all wrong.
Keep your hands up. Be careful. That might go off.
This man's an immigration officer, a government man.
That don't give him no more right to steal my chickens than anybody else.
I can prove who I am.
Well, go ahead. Yes, sir. Color up, mister.
Did you see 2 cars pass here the last 10 minutes?
I ain't even seen 1 car pass here in the last hour. Business ain't very good. Can I check your oil?
They must have turned off.
No, there wasn't any crossroad.
There was a couple of farmhouses.
Do you want the cheap gas or the pink?
All right, Kedrick, you're next.
Go on, go on.
Sorry I have to do this.
I understand.
Yeah, sure. No hard feelings.
Thanks. Your phone?
Yeah.
Watch these men. I'm going to call the Treasury Department.
You take this. Looks like you need it more than me.
There's tracks going in here.
Well, come on, we'll take a look.
I'll take that spatter gun now, young feller.
Where's the phone, Gary?
In the hall.
I got to call Adele.
Hey, you two. Come here.
Quick, close the doors.
Go on, get off my property with that gun. I don't buy no hunting on my land.
Come back here. They're not hunters. They're gangsters.
I don't care who they are. Go on, get off my farm. I'll fill you full of rocks, or...
Look out. He's going to shoot. Come here.
Let him have it.
For me, I'll blow him to pieces.
You won't get very far with only 1 load in that shotgun.
One's enough. If I can get him in the line.
Moxie, cover the back of the barn. Kurt, you shake down the house.
How long will it take the Treasury men to get here?
15 or 20 minutes at the least. Is there any other way of getting out of here?
Might maybe pry a board off from the back wall. I'll go take a look.
Adele? This is Kip. I'm over in New Jersey on the Houston farm. Yeah. Well, it's about a mile from Rosedale Cemetery. Oh, no, I can't bring him to the phone now. He's guarding a girl, a couple of crooks, and $1 million. He thinks maybe the gangsters may come back. No, I'm not drunk. All right, if that's the way you feel about it, go ahead and marry Joe Walters. Go ahead. And you needn't make those noises either. Adele, hello. Hey, cut that out. Adele, can you hear me? Now you have gone too far. Interrupt me, will you?
Get him. Watch me.
Damn.
Empty.
Hey, Gary, I think there's some gangsters around here someplace. I just saw one. fellas ought to be more careful. They're apt to hurt somebody.
Take that! Doggone you! Doggone nuisances, they got a sea rounder. I never heard tell of such goings on. What, one of them will be picking rock salt out of this sit-me-down for the next few days?
You should have saved that last charge.
Saved it? For what?
As soon as they find out we're out of ammunition, they'll
Look
wreck
here,
us.
pal, I got an idea. All them mugs want is the dough. Why not hand it over to them?
That's a brilliant idea. Think they'd leave 6 witnesses in here to tell the police all about it?
Have you got any better ideas?
No, I haven't.
What hit you?
A stolen. Just waiting till my hands on the guy that flung it.
You won't have to wait long. We're moving up.
Papa, put your collar on. Company's coming.
Maybe this will fool them for a minute.
What's a minute?
Think fast, somebody. They'll wise up to that stall pretty quick.
Hey, Farmer.
Don't hey me.
What are those out there, beehives?
Sure.
With bees in them?
Now, what do you suppose I keep in them? Chickens?
Get the money out of the truck and hide it someplace.
I'll show you. Look. Put it right here by this major.
I tell you, it's nothing but a bluff.
Okay, you stick your head out.
Watch. That settles it. Come on, let's get that $1,000,000.
Hurry up. They're coming.
Ready? All tied up. Let her rip.
Here it is. The money is here. Hey, what is that? Oh! No, let's go.
It worked.
All right, get them aboard.
Come on. That's the last of it, Mr. James.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Right.
Let's go, Sergeant.
Goodbye, Uncle Ted.
Goodbye, dear.
Is he dead? Have they killed him?
He's over there.
Oh, Kip. Kip, darling, are you hurt badly?
Adele. A bee got him, ma'am. What are you doing here?
Well, I heard shooting, and you said the gangsters were up here. Oh, Chip, I almost died. I came just as quickly as I could.
How about Joe Walters?
Oh, Chip,
Yeah?
there never was any Joe Walters.
No Joe Walters?
I made him up. There never was anyone but you.
Do you mean to tell me for 3 years I've been bluffed and bulldozed by a gag?
Chip, I loved you so much.
Quit that thing. What did I say? Get in. Get in. Where's the nearest justice of the peace? Third farm down the road to your right. Come on, you two. We'll need witnesses.
Oh, Chip, darling.
And cut out that blubbering.